drums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
Apologize for that. Welcome to the Freddy Chico show. Second week back. We got another hard hitter, if you want to call it. Hopefully y'all are brave enough to endure and come out learning something new. I appreciate your EP. You know, as you see in the chat room, I say go to the freddychicoshow.com/shop and hook your boy up. Appreciate the support. Trying to get everyone in the room. We're going to get started. You see the topic. Not going to read for y'all. How are you doing, D? EP? I haven't forgot. Hey, what's going on, Lizandra? Hey, appreciate your EP for support. Rebecca, welcome. Long time no see. Welcome. Do me a favor, hit that share button and invite somebody who may need to hear this, may have some input on it as well. And if you haven't already, go on over to the freddychicoshow.com and register as a member. Check out the store or shop, and so that you can be aware of future topics that we're going to go over and have access to give your input if there's a topic you want to talk about. I know there's some people that have inboxed me and said certain things they want to talk about. I have no problem because no topic is off limits. We're going to talk about everything. Not afraid of any topic or discussing anything. What's going on, Peter? Appreciate you up in the building. D Smalls, what up? What's going on? Definitely have invited, and make sure I have put it on here. I have invited some of my pastor friends, ministers, and because I want a good collection of all backgrounds. I know I had some atheists as well. All are welcome. But you definitely have to be able to stand behind how you feel, because there will be somebody that will challenge it. Deny, my young, say, hey man, hope you're bringing your peoples with you. I hope you saw my inbox that I sent you. Deny, hopefully everything is well on your way. You said, Hey, I appreciate it, AP. You know, I'm not trying to take money out your family pocket, but if you can support, I appreciate it. I got some stuff on there. Uh, as you can see, I actually blessed somebody with a hat. Hopefully, they will do the right thing, you know, and just show the support back or show the love back. You know what I mean? Still ain't forgot about you, D Smalls. You know, and I always give credit where credit is due. D Smalls was the first one to hit the shop up, and represent it. Because there's many people that say I support you, and there's actually people that do support, and D Smalls is that one. You know, appreciate you, D Smalls. Um, Also, before I forget, I want to ask for y'all prayers for my boy EP, aka Denny Price. I hope I'm saying your first name right. Denny Prince. Sorry, I want to say Price. Um, Had a scare. His son was in the hospital not too long ago. I let him do the details, but he is recovering, and so definitely keep them lifted in prayer on that. Bruce, what's going on? Welcome, fam. Haven't seen you at the shop yet, Bruce, but you have been. I know you've been busy. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Um, yes, for sure, D Smalls. Appreciate you, homie. And also, you know, we have YouTube that is simulcast at the same time we're going live there. Still haven't gotten the Instagram the way I want it, but that's still a work in progress. So for the people that are prefer to YouTube, that option is available for you. But tonight's topic is: Are churches making a difference in their communities? And you know I have my notes already, but this is a interactive show. It's not just me running my mouth and y'all listening to me. Y'all need to you'll have the opportunity to speak your mind. Just know if somebody disagrees with it, they're gonna challenge you. What's going on? Welcome, Chanel. Chanel's in the building. A gospel artist. You know, she says she's in the studios doing her thing. So definitely, we'll love to show her support as soon as I can. You know, he said, Bruce, I don't go to church anymore, but I don't see the church I used to go to giving out food in the neighborhood. Gotcha. That's a problem. You know, I mean, some people don't care and they don't mind that, but you know, I like I said, you have an open invitation to mine, Bruce. You know, check it out and you make the decision from there. You know what I mean? Um, there's 1,000 churches all over the place. I don't want to say millions of churches. Um, Appreciate that, Lasandra. Um, but like I said to all the ones, you know, the website is pinned there, the FreddyChicoShow.com shop. Support your boy. He pays for all this stuff that you see, the background and all that good stuff. So definitely appreciate your support. Now, is Peter still there? Yeah. All right. Cool. Um, Bruce says, you know, the churches are not giving out food like the schools. I think Lasandra said that during the post today that the the schools are more impactful at this current crisis time than the churches. Now, that's what Bruce is saying he sees. Does anyone else see something different? You know, I mean, I think somebody showed a list of megachurch pastors' salaries, and it's pretty bad. Kenneth Copeland being at the top, um, and he looked real crazy with that. I'm not sure what he was thinking about when he did that on live or on air um, spitting at the coronavirus. In theory, he looked kind of wild. I'm just gonna say, I don't know the man personally, but he looked kind of wild. And then what's worse, the people around him supporting that looked even wilder. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, somebody should have stopped that dude. And y'all just as bad as he is. Um, but yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I know y'all don't have to say it. I'll say it. Um, but what say you guys? Rebecca, I know you got something to say. Talk to me. He said, well, you need a source of resources in order to distribute to a community. Oh, man, I got to work on my reading, Lysandra. Yeah. Okay, let me back that up. So he's on the other side. So he said, even though he doesn't go to church, you said you saw the church giving out food in the neighborhood. Awesome. Do you want to give that church a shout out? Let me know. Appreciate the check, Lysandra. See, that's how it is. I mean, I'm not above, getting checked myself, because reading is fundamental. I got to do better reading. Derek, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. When you shut churches down, it ties the hands of those who really do want to help. What do you mean shut churches down? God is not happy with something. When the last time you seen an Easter like this? No Easter speeches. I don't know. This has to be a first. I believe this is a first. I don't think we ever had something like this. I've never, unless maybe like back in the 20s when like the plague and stuff like that. Um, so a lot of my day is teaching Christians the Bible. Okay, a lot of your day is teaching Christians the Bible. The church didn't preach about any of these things. People are hurt and confused. Most of them need to be shut down. Okay, elaborate on that, Peter. What do you mean? The church is not preaching about any of these things. What things are we talking about? Because I have my ideas of what's not being preached in the church today, but that's me. So I want to hear what you got to say. God took churches to the streets. Okay, you're talking about evangelism, you know, and they say Jesus was an evangelist. So is that what you're saying? See, I'm trying to get some pastors in here too. See what they got to say. Don't be scared. He said, this prosperity gospel, not these people. Oh, he said, got these people's ears itching. That is a lot. There's a lot of them doing that. I agree on that one. Many churches are not allowed to open the doors, as far as I know, in New York, only unless they have ties to organization or schools giving out goods. Okay, I can understand that. Um, yeah, that makes sense. If they're actually, because there's a difference. There's a difference between what's going on, Lamont. There's a difference between the government saying you can't do certain things unless you have these precautions in place, like the gloves and the stuff, what have you. But you can still give food out because stores, restaurants have been doing that, and nobody's stopping them. Or you just saying that because you don't want to help nobody, and you say, hey, the government is telling me I can't, so I'm not gonna share the wealth. You know what I mean? Just because the church is shut down just because the church is yeah, just because the church is shut down doesn't mean they can't help. The schools are closed as well. I think we're saying the same thing there, Lysandra. Yes, and I can stop. Maybe I need to drink water. Just water. Stuttering over here. Uh, that too. And I'm worried that some of the food they're giving away is bad already, D Smalls. But yeah, but I just know sometimes people, can hide behind excuses, and they really full of it. So I don't want to put them all under one category, but some of them are guilty of that. All churches, because of the Corona COVID-19 shut down Easter, and there's no church service unless you're on the streets. People can't gather up. Well, I've heard some churches have been defiant against that, and supposedly a pastor has died because of that. He said, "Man, most of these preachers have been fired and still trying to show up for work." He's stupid. I ain't never seen someone get fired and they get show up for work still. I don't know about that one. No schools have found no schools have food and orders that came in and don't want it to just spoil, so they give it out almost like the summer programs. They always give food out. Gotcha. Um, I know my church will make a financial donation to help with feeding the communities. Gotcha. He said, Abba do not play. He doesn't. Dad, what's going on, King? Appreciate you stepping in here. Do me a favor, hit that share button, like, make sure all of y'all have the like on the page so that you will get the notification, because this is different than what I was doing before where it was showing up on the timeline. This one's on a separate page. So if you're not connected to the page, you will not get the notification, and you'll get that, oh, dang, I didn't know you was live. That kind of thing. Um, he said some of it's not all bad. Yeah, because a bread, not, is it a bread company? No, it's a cafe, but it's like German cuisine, I believe. And they were giving away like cookies, muffins, pastries or danishes, and bread. Um, just you got two bags. You just run around in a circle. It was a drive-through kind of situation until it ran out. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's on that level of like they don't want the food to go bad. But typically, that's what you should watch out for when you go to restaurants. I don't know if y'all know about this or hip the game. Is that when they have stuff that's like buy one get one free or something that's really low in price, it's because they got a lot of that and they're trying to get rid of it. And there's a chance that this stuff might be bad and they're still trying to sell it, but you're going to be so keen to the fact that it's cheaper than it normally is that you'll jump on it. So beware the specials sometimes. Go home, have stomach problems. Um,
We knocking out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
oh, I will. Yes, sir. Derek Thomas is in the building. Appreciate you, man. And deny, if you started your own watch party, I cannot see where you're at. But hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can bring it up over here. So people on his page, I'm not trying to ignore you. I just cannot see your comments. But I appreciate the support from the brother. Um, yeah, you have to watch it for everywhere. You said it's making people sick, Chanel. Taz, what's going on? Welcome. Appreciate you coming through. Would ask you make a request. Head out to the FreddyChicoShow.com/shop. Support your bro. I appreciate it, man. It goes to putting all this stuff together. You know what it is. And be safe out there on the road if you're getting on them twos. You said it's always funny how the folks ain't never want to give money to the churches, but every time something happens, they're looking for the church to move in. Yeah, you're just saying that because you speaking from a preacher's perspective, D Smalls. Bet they wish they gave some dollars now. You say, I mean that would apply to that. But what about the people that are faithful in their giving? What do you have to say to them? You know, so I had a pastor of the church I belonged to 5 years ago told me he knew the Negro was the people of the Bible and that he didn't want us to get caught up in that part of history. That made me research the word myself. Uh oh. Yeah, it sounded like a castrated dude. He said, all I'm saying is your show could be the church. Hey, I received that. I received that. That's the one of the major reasons why I have Monday designated for religious topics. EP. Um, and I'm hanging deck. Cheesy Poof Girl is in the building. Welcome, welcome. Um, he says, since the virus occurred, I just cook my food instead of eating out. Well, that's put a lot of people in culture shock right there, Chanel. It's because most people eat out and they're still eating out because all the fast food places are packed. They're wrapped around the corner. Even the bad fast food is like ridiculous. Um, but there's every restaurant. I mean, every grocery store is packed too. So somebody's trying to figure out how to cook. Um, y'all, Derek, check out my shop. Let me know what you think. He said, you are the church. He said, honestly, I'm not a member anywhere, so therefore I never ask churches for help. On the other hand, I still would help people if I had it. And I agree. Gotta clap that one up for Rebecca saying, you are the church. So understand that. And Betty, welcome, Betty. I think that's connected to like Patricia. I think she's connected to Patricia. What I have to say to them if they know their church, excuse me, is in a position to help its own members and more, it's not doing so, they should question it. If it's not doing so, they should question it. Okay, much respect. So like I said, I'm on either side. It's like if you not tithing and offering blah blah, you shouldn't even be speaking on the church situation. But if you got somebody who's making in the millions, I need you to give in the millions too. Because just like the scripture says, God loves a cheerful giver. The cheerful giving shouldn't just go to the church. The cheerful giving should go from the church too. You know what I mean? Um, we are the church to give the money to the poor as much as I can. Got you. Well, I'm the poor, so give me some money. No, but yeah, some people who are critics of the church will say, when the church needs some assistance, they ask for your money. When you need assistance from the church, they say go to God. Like that's not the same. It's not the same. Um, you said exactly. Yes, that's why she connected to you. Gotcha, gotcha. Betty is your mom. Hey, EP's mom. Welcome, welcome. Um, said I can cheerfully give. I have millions. Don't wait a minute. I can cheerfully give. I have millions. Don't mean overgive. No, don't mean overgive. But like I said, don't sit up there and it's no different than like any other relationship. Don't be like, okay, I expect to, for you to give a large sum where I give only a little bit, and we call that a relationship. No, that's a pimp. And that goes into the last Monday's topic of pulpit pimping. You know, the money only go in, the money don't come out. Um, so the real church wouldn't care if you're a member or not. They may be what will draw. That may be what will draw them to God. That's true too. That's true too. There's so many times where not to show because you get your reward from just um broadcasting what you're doing, like the people who sit there and do this number, like, oh, look, I'm over here giving to the poor. Y'all see me? Y'all give me the credit. That's your reward right there. But there's so many times where you never know who you run into, who never God puts in your place, and you're a blessing to them that might have been the key for them making a horrible decision or something bad happening, kind of thing. You never know. Um, oh, y'all saw my baby? Don't be laughing at my baby. Oh shoot, hold on. Don't be laughing at him. He said, "Give it to the poor is fine, but we give to the church to upkeep with the bills. Just know what kind of church you're giving to." Yes, and I'm not trying to pick on you, D Small, but sometimes there be some, it ain't the upkeep of the church; it's the upkeep to the Phantom and the jet and the clothing allowance and the trips out of town, um, and the Rolex watches and the bling blinging. You know, it ain't that Georgia Power bill ain't that high. Stop playing. Um, well, I don't know what the utilities up there in the Bronx, but oh wow, Pam is in the building. About a week late, but yeah, she's here. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Um, he said it's not about being a member, but I will look out for those who need in my church. Before doing so outside of it. Gotcha. Um, do the home before you go outside the home. People shouldn't ever give to attract attention. So not cool. Exactly. I agree. Um, I'm a truck driver, so the world is my church. Hey, get it where you get it. Don't be shaking your head, Pam. He said black people come from that mess with this so-called church worship the Most High God and His Son Yahshua. Rome told you you were a Gentile and has stolen your identity. The churches that worship on Sunday has been shut down. The synagogues of Satan shut down. The Hindu temple shut down. All the negroes attached to them. This is a warning shot from the Most High. Okay, that was a mouthful right there. He said all these um, institutions have been shut down. Um, he said, "Oh, that's different. You know where I stand on that." Okay, just checking these malls. You know what I mean? Um, Because they're there. You're not no rookie in this. Walter's in the building. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, your MK wardrobe. Like I don't even know what that is, but that sounds expensive. Um, Only to give from your heart without expecting anything in return or to attract attention from people. Okay. There are some cons who prey on the church. Um, Definitely, definitely. So you got to be, wise on that side too, on both sides. You know what I mean? Um, Better late than never. Yeah, I appreciate you. Hit my shop up. Better late than never. Let me know what you think. I'm still adding more stuff to it, but I got about 23 items on there right now. Um, that check it out. See if there's anything that catches your eye. Um, you sent me a cartoon about pulpit pimping. I don't know who was it, but they did a share and they did some type of cartoon image, um, like a cover picture that was like made it look like I did it, but I'm like, wow, that's pretty artistic. So I appreciate whoever that was. I can't remember who did that, but that was kind of cool. They had like a red devil and all that talking about pulpit pimping. I was like, what? Okay, that wasn't me. They did that, but no, luxurious. He is luxurious. Is in the building. What up, Big Melvin? Um, Your girl ain't been in a minute. I don't know. She's been AWOL. Walter, I need you to go and do a little APB on her, see what's going on with her. I ain't seen her in a second. She's gonna come in later on, or an hour later saying, "Oh, I didn't get the notification. I'm chilling over here. Hey, I'm still waiting on my chain. You said you're gonna make me a chain, you know, with a shark tooth. I need my chain with the shark tooth, B. Know I support you, man. And also I'm asking for yours. Head up to the shop, because I done got products on there now, which y'all, check it out, help support this movement that I have, the Freddy Chico show and all that good stuff. He said, I'm still on these pork chop eating pastors, still talking about the prosperity gospel. Man, I'm furious listening to these pastors still talking about coming out of the coronavirus with cars and houses. First of all, how you know they eating pork chops? That's my first question. Second of all, with the money they're making, I'm pretty sure they ain't seen a pork chop in a while. They got filet mignon, some T-bones, New York strip, porterhouses, you know what I'm saying? He said people are sensitive. For real, for real. Let's see. Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost parts of the world. That's the one, Fred. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Mel. They have people that pimp churches as a hobby. They know how often they can run into these places to get help. My church isn't a bank. I give, I don't withdraw. Um, Gotcha. And to each his own. I mean, some people may, have particular perspectives on that, and they're free to have that. Um, I'm just not one to be hypocritical to say, hey, you should give your money to the church, but not expect the church to help you. That don't make sense. Like, there's something functionally wrong with that. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's dysfunctional. So I don't eat pork. Gotcha. Um, who? You know who? The one that I battle with every other month. You know, and she's not here right now. You know what I'm saying? You look at the room list and you see who's here, who's not here. You know what I mean? They're eating everything not according to the law of God, and they getting fat. I'm just saying, because we can't go to the gym. The Planet Fitness shut down. All the gyms are shut down. I don't like doing these home workouts where it's like you do a lot of aerobics. I'm not an aerobics dude. Even with what they see happening, they still looking for riches. Yeah, churches do make changes in their community, but it sometimes comes with a price. Just my opinion. Elaborate on that. What you mean? It comes with a price? They doing it only for show. They getting some things out. Um, God's word is free. Why do man take what's free and charge for it? Or change? Yeah, I think you're saying charge for it. I'm done. Y'all gonna learn to keep your mouth off the men of God. Real men of God. Who got the man? Who got their mouth on the man of God? Who got their mouth on the man of God? You know what I mean? Because even scripture shows men of God being checked. Hey, Melissa, what's going on? Norman, hey, welcome. Right now we're talking about, I know y'all first timers, we are talking about our churches making a difference in their communities. What do y'all say on that? Which friend are we talking about, Sonya? Oh, girl. Go get your friend. Bring her in here. You know what I mean? Go get her. You said you do know they have helped your family. Cool. Rebecca, you said I do. You said every day they still taking from the people. He said leave my friend alone. But it says truth speak, God word is free. Yep. My opinion, some of it is out of love. Some do it to build numbers. Just my opinion, and that's a hard temptation. And I always address that. Is that sometimes these preachers are under a heavy, I want to say heavy burden, to say certain things and to do certain things to build their numbers. You know, come with it. You know I don't have steps, Sonya. Come on, come on, come on, Cletus. Um, yeah, trust and believe. There's a certain, and I'm not gonna say his name, but there's more than one. They know I pull up, you know, and I'm not disrespectful, but I let you know. I disagree with some of the things you did, and it's a challenge. Like I said in the scripture, of God have challenged other men of God when they've slipped, and that's what my show is all about. It's like I'm not above being checked when I'm wrong, you know. And sometimes we get a little pompous and think nobody can check us because all we can say, well, I'm a man of God, so don't, because they use the scripture out of context of saying, oh, because touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm or what have you, paraphrasing. But that's not a force field to do whatever you want to do. You still have accountability partners and somebody can say, hey, yo, that wasn't quite right. Get your mind right. Anybody, bishop, pastor, reverend, anybody. There's too many scary Christians too. He said, y'all are talking like some brainwash. This is not biblical. That is more traditional church foolery. Some so-called men of God is doing it for financial gain. There you go. That's another part of it. Definitely, accountability is important. The preachers are under the pressure from fickle country club members and church boards. That too. Because when you have people that are really just there to listen to somebody speak, they're probably on their phone. They don't even open up their Bible. The Bible's dusty as I don't know what. They lack the foundation to go, okay, well, this is what I expect. And so that, if you have a whole bunch of people like that, it's tempting, for people who are not on the up and up to manipulate that, And I could apply that to the school district I live in. There's a lot of non-involved parents that don't mind just sending money to the school system and have no idea what the school system is doing with the money. You have church folks that do the same. Oh, just take my 10%. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I think if I just sit in this pew, I'm going to heaven and that's all I need. I don't need nothing else. I don't need to actually be paying attention. I don't need to actually be applying the stuff that you're saying to my life. I don't need to be checking to see if you're actually saying correct stuff and not just catering to the women who are going, amen, speak, pastor, all that funny stuff. You know what I mean? Those results will happen. Yes, and that's the other thing. It's like you don't, you have to take discernment very seriously when it comes to who is for real and who is faking it. Because there's plenty of people that I've run across personally that said, I am only in this ministry thing to supplement my income. Because they see it as a way to make money. I mean, and this is behind closed doors, of course, but a lot of these preachers are not telling you that up front. Like, hey, you know what? I am just here to take your money. Because they would walk out. At least some of them will. You said, are black people so blind? If you check one of these devils, the member's ready to cut you with a dull blade. Yes, they are. But it's not just blacks. It's all colors. And that is I don't know if you know of Plato. He had a story called The Man in the Cave, I believe, where it's like people are so stuck in their ways that even if you show them the error and the solution to the problem, they will fight to the death to stay in the problem because they've been so trained to do the wrong thing that they will kill you for telling them different and you trying to save them. Literally trying to save them. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And yes, he pulls up. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't like people who give advice they can't receive. Definitely. People that talk one thing, but if you're like, oh, but do you do it? No. I'm just telling you to do it. I don't want to do that crap. Those are fake people. Run fast. You said truth. All right. Chanel, appreciate you. If I can't ask or correct the man of God, I don't want to be part of that body. Got to heart that one up and give you a clap on that one. That's crazy. You know, that people actually do that. I mean, I've actually literally had a brother in New York tell me his pastor told him he does not want to uplift men, but still expects men to go to his church. Lost your ever loving mind. Just saying, that don't make no sense. Um, so on the other end of it, everyone can't be helped. I was letting someone know the other day that even if we housed and fed all the homeless, we would still have a homeless problem. Definitely. Not every you can lead a donkey to water, but guess what? You can't make them drink. That's my clean version of that. Um, so that's what Jesus said in the end of times. Be careful of the one who came in my name. He didn't say Buddha name and Allah and Shiva name. The ones who come in Christ's name. Got you. And that means something, you know. So what do you think, Melissa? Is your church making a difference in your community? And anyone else? Is your church making a difference in your community? I know Bruce told me earlier that the church he used to belong to is doing that by feeding and providing food for those in need. Do you guys see it in your communities during this crisis now, where people are losing their jobs, not being able to? Because I think there were crises at different unemployment offices where people are, fighting to get like the forms just to apply. And I'm like, I could have swore more than last year. I think last year, the year before, I applied online. So I'm like, why are these people going into an office other than maybe to get a login information or something? But I don't know. So I don't have headphones, so it's gonna tough to get on. Oh, you want to get on? All right, maybe next time. Maybe next time, D Smalls. Um, but hey, I'm still waiting on you to tag me on Instagram, let people know about the shirts, about the hats. This is one of the prototypes, so this hat is not on there, but the dude got this camouflage snapback that I like. I gotta get that one. Um, that he said you don't go to church no more. You are the church. Okay, what's going on, Jose? Hey, I'm waiting on you to get my niece her hoodie. Do not deny my niece. You know what I mean? She needs that hoodie. Saying the Freddy Chico show. He said, "Hey man, that's facts, but what did he mean? If I kick it with a friend and he comes back 5 years later, can't nobody come say he's you?" Exactly. But um, I haven't got the hoodie yet. I don't know. But yeah, you need to check out. I got the two tank tops. You need to check them out to see um the thing. Actually, the jackets over here too as well. Um, but yeah, come over here tomorrow. You can check them out. Um, you said, hey, we love doing outreach. My husband is a new pastor of a church, also loves outreach right now. Our outreach is online. Okay. So you're at least you're doing your services online. Um, can you elaborate on what do you mean as far as how is your outreach online? Are you helping people through the internet? How does that work? You said all I know is that after this, if Copeland, Jakes, Dollar, White, Osteen still has a church, I refer to their followers as something. What is something? Talking about those big churches. Yeah, the bucket hat. I had that. It is one size fits all though, and you know, keep that in mind. Yeah, and have you received your hat yet, Walter? You should have received your hat by now. Yeah, I gotta check in on that one. Um, but I believe your hat should be there by now. I think you were the second. No, you're the third person. Where are you at, third person? Yeah, it didn't give me a tracking number for it, so I have to find out what's going on right now. He said, EP, Christ warned you of the false Christian doing work in his name. The other religion has not even stick to the decisive, strong delusions that are deceiving black people. Only the Christian is your worst enemy of deception. I know people will get upset if they're turned away. If a pastor know they're being conned, they will say no. The Bible did say, "Be wise and pray to hear the voice of God." And I'm 100% on that side as well. Is that there's so many times that people think because you say you're a Christian or say you're a pastor, or say you're a church, you're automatically supposed to say yes. No, 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 no. No is in there too. That's an option. There's yes and there's a no. You know, and you have to answer to those consequences whether a yes is answered or a no is answered. I'm not a fan of the Jake. So Olstein's okay, but Jake, yeah, I'm not a fan of that dude. Um, but right now we have a small church, just about 15 to 25 people. But we offer prayer and take prayer requests as an outreach to let people know we are there for them. We have Bible studies and prayer meetings online, and everyone is encouraged to invite others so anyone can attend. Awesome. Well, you might have to send me a link one time, and so I can join you. Depending on what day y'all are doing that, wouldn't mind joining y'all for the Bible studies. I love Bible study, and I definitely think you always learn something new from the gathering. Um, so you said there are a few delays in shipping due. Yeah, I started to see that this last one hasn't been able to be fulfilled. The order I got, and so I'm hoping that they'll get out soon. He said they're very nice crooks. He said, "Hey, that's being nice. These malls." He said they're very nice crooks. A bishop died of COVID-19 recently after having a church service. I heard that. I think there was one in Virginia somewhere. But I also think a lot of times people are saying people are dying of COVID-19, and it was really something else. Like, dude got shot in a drive-by. He died of COVID-19. Really, it wasn't the 10 bullets in his chest. Gotcha. Um, so I think sometimes they're getting carried away with that. He said, "Bro, clergy members out here been dropping crazy when it's first hit and still happening, but not as so much now." Yeah, supposedly New York, the curve is supposed to be happening, so hopefully it may start dropping or whatever. But it's supposed to be spiking in like Massachusetts and Connecticut and some other places. So as a respiratory therapist, we know this is bad times because of allergies. But typically, the flu season would stop around now, and the allergies would pick up. So it's kind of hard to differentiate the two because both of them can be very deadly. But it's all being lumped on COVID-19, like COVID-19 is doing all this stuff by itself. Right. You said you went to a Jake's Bible school when you was 8 to 12 and learned a lot. Yeah, but Jake's wasn't in there teaching you. You know what I'm saying? And you were 8 to 12. You probably didn't know anything. He said Walter said they are trash though. Um, I don't have a problem with Osteen. I like Osteen. I mean, he's a feel good preacher, but you know what I mean. Um, they're relating everything to COVID-19 to boost the panic. Definitely, you know. And it's sad because not everybody's in the healthcare field, so they're not going to catch the subtleties and things. Where I'm like, guy dies of pneumonia, but they'll say nope, he tested positive for COVID-19. It had nothing to do with the pneumonia. Kind of stopped his, that was actually affecting the SATs, not the COVID-19. And you got a brother, I forget his affiliation with, but I know he has asthma, and he's in the hospital now with COVID-19. He's got tested positive for COVID-19, but it's the asthma that is really going to be, the detrimental thing if we can't get that under control. Because I think he said something about he's in the ER and they're contemplating intubating him, and because they're worried about his airway shutting down. But yeah, that Copeland video was sad. I'm not sure, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about as far as I didn't see that part. I just saw the clip where he's looking crazy and spitting, at the camera and all that, and his goons behind her like, yeah, yeah, like, oh my goodness, and they ride for him, but goodness gracious, we got a pastor in the building, not a pastor, my pastor's in the building, and my girl Teresa, welcome, welcome. We're talking about our churches making a difference in their communities. What say you? I was out there also, but can't turn a blind eye to the nonsense. As I learn more, I see there are more BS artists. Got you. He said, I suspect a lot of church foreclosures, especially the mega church. Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. Tyler's down 70% and the daycare is closed. No church circuit honorary of 3K paid to the visiting pastor. Oh, you crazy. God, people, get out of here. Um, well, when you start to find out some of the inner workings, there's a lot of people that go to church for 20, 30 years and never gave the church a dime. And you'll be surprised. But the money's coming from somewhere. So you definitely got on the other side. There's these, Phantoms and Bugattis and expensive clothes and jewelry and all that. It's coming from somewhere. Somebody paying for it. Book sales. I know they try to say that. He does look like a movie villain for real. The eyes. I mean, he's like. I'm like, for real. It's one of those where he was trying to freestyle something and couldn't figure out what to do, and that's what he did. And no one was like, cut the camera. Like, you know, you didn't plan none of that, and it's going like, they're like, no, cut. Don't let that air. Let's do that again. That shouldn't have made that should have been on the cutting room floor or whatever they want to say. Um, he said you don't understand why healthcare professionals think that it's a good practice. What is a good practice? He said, but they're all robbing their followers. It's dropping down things, but they was old as well. Yeah. Um, oh yeah. Here I got questions. How come you became an art chief deacon? I ain't no art chief deacon. Just a regular deacon. That's it. I'm talking about he was demon possessed. And I know you're not co-signing, Rebecca. I'm gonna get you too. You said you're paying for your own. What say you, Pastor? I mean, I already know the answer, but let the other people know, how churches are making a difference in our communities, and what we have planned is not a hypocrite show what we do. Um, yeah, he was looking crazy, Walter. He talking about something. His head was going to explode, you know. And then he was yelling like, use your inside voice. Outside screaming all this stuff, talking about get out of here, COVID. We don't want you in this town. Get over there. Get now, get. Hey, Melissa's hubby, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Pastor of a small church who is now online offering Bible study. Would like to know when you Bible study is. Hit me up in my inbox. Do me a favor, hit the FreddyChicoShow.com. I know your wife can tell you where it's at, and get me that information so that we could definitely fellowship in the future. Online, I definitely look forward to Bible study. Um, I am not a lemming and I'm not a pew sitter. So we're definitely going to challenge each other in our knowledge and grow. The Bible does say, shout unto the hills. Well, and you know better because you from the Bronx. Only people in the South be shouting from the hills and they be talking right next to each other. Like they're right here. Like you don't need to scream. Like my boy Ricky Smiley said, like, why you hollering? Whisper. You ain't got to do all that hollering. God can hear you. He is not hard of hearing. You can say it like this. It's okay. He'll hear you. I promise you. Don't take my word for it. Ask him. He said, absolutely. Many like we do partner with schools and impact students, their families, and the staff. Yes, because I would dislike very strongly that on one side we can say things like, pressed down and runneth over when you give and you're a cheerful giver because we're here for the community and the community is falling apart at this particular point. People are losing jobs. People are going hungry. What are we doing? Do we care? You are quite country, Chanel. I will have to agree with you on that. I mean, even your laugh is country. I mean, you laugh with an accent. No, I'm playing. Also, reach out to those that are underprivileged. Yes, definitely appreciate that. Speaking on that, Pastor. That it's amazing. Similar to why I think there's a meme that says, "Why do we have mega churches but not mega banks?" Or there was something else it said to try to compare it to it. But when you look at the total number of, or the saturation of churches on a square block, no one should go without. Because there's so many churches to choose from all over the place. Small, I mean, you go to some shopping centers and there's 2 and 3 different churches inside that shopping center. So I'm like, hey, you take one development, you take another development, we can handle this. It should be over. Like the cup runs over, it should be an overflow all over the place, helping people out. But do you think that's happening? Do you think they're making a difference? And it's just consideration, having a heart for somebody else. When people have been hungry, when people who have been homeless, when people who have been in situations of dire need, I would think when they had surplus or when they were comfortable, they would be able to have empathy to somebody else and say, I remember when I could not, when I felt that way. And I would never want somebody else to feel that way. Let me do my part. You would think, because some people even say it's like, hey, don't get too arrogant. You could be there tomorrow. Some things may be way out of your control, and you might be there needing that handout. would you want somebody to look at you like, get a job, you lazy bum, and not know your story or how you got there? You know, you said your family the same down south. um, and it's time to look at financial empowerment. There it is. There it is right there. And I am still in the process of my plan, but that's something that I am 100% on board with. Because there are so many that want a large population that can be manipulated because they live check to check. And if we ever educate that population to not live check to check, then they can't be manipulated to do or be conned. And some don't want that. And I'm not with that at all. So I definitely will make enemies for that. He said, no, they aren't making a difference when y'all's people come from Babylon. Christian believes that's when it'll be a different start with worshiping on the Shabbat day for begging. Start with worshiping on the Shabbat day. I'm not sure what Shabbat day is. If you can elaborate on that. That's how I am, but I also learned you can't help everybody, especially if you don't help themselves. You'll only become a crutch permanently. Yeah, I'm not talking about enabling. Yeah, I understand that too. And I'm not for that either. He said, I feel we should not ever look down at no one but help them. Yes, I agree. There are going to be powerful opportunities coming out of this. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be a blessing to those who are really in need. And I use this only as a testimony, not to the beginning. Oh, yeah. Shabbat day for beginning. I don't know what the Shabbat day is. I'll have to do some research on that. I shared this testimony. There's a guy when I used to have a 91 Ford Crown Vic. It used to break down almost once every 3-4 months. And I'd have to call him about something. Like, dude, I'm sorry I'm calling you about this. Dude, sorry I'm calling you about that. Alternator, starter, radiator, fuel pump. Everything on that car I replaced except the engine. But I want to say about the 4th or 5th time of me calling him, and then sometime it'll be late at night. It's like, I got to go to work and blah, blah, blah. I need your help. And he put in some parts in or what have you. He was like, look, I don't care when you call me. You can call me 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, I don't know what it is about you, but every time you call, I don't care, and I never charge you a lot. Somebody calls me right after that with a big money thing. So it's like, please call me because he's getting blessed. And I'm like, I didn't have nothing to do with it. That was him. You know what I mean? This is what the guy's telling me, and so I believe in that. Sometimes when you are giving from the heart, stuff falls in your lap from ways you could have never predicted. You know what I mean? And I am a living witness. I could tell you many a story where that has happened. But Shabbat is Sabbath. Okay, so which day is Sabbath? Because some people say it's Sunday, some people say it's Saturday. The Bible declares you make any day a holy day to choose when you dedicate to Him. I've heard that as well. Friday evening till Saturday evening. Okay. Gotcha. There's a competition for bodies in church. Some just want to feel a good message. I prefer an impact message, one that will help make necessary changes. Exactly. Are you listening to just a feel good, or at the same time, are you going to use what you heard and apply it to your life? Because that's really what you're supposed to be there for. How are you using, getting your mind right, getting focused, getting trained up to do certain things that's going to benefit you and your community, somebody around you. You know what I mean? He said Shabbat is Friday evening to Saturday. Okay, appreciate that, Chanel. Learned something new today. So the 4th commandment is null and void. So the 4th commandment is null and void. Desmond G Small, so you said it again. All right. The day is going unnoticed by many. What's the fourth commandment? Um, thou shalt make. I think it's something about thou shalt make the Lord's day holy or something to that effect. Um, but I'm sorry, I went a little over, didn't I? It was just getting good. I appreciate everybody that's been in here. Pastor, D Smalls, Peter, Chanel, Lizandra, Melissa and hubby, Rebecca, Walter, Teresa, Denai. I'm forgetting anybody. My boy EP was in here. But y'all do me a favor. If y'all haven't already, keep the Sabbath holy. Gotcha. Hit me up on the FreddyChicoShow.com. Register as a member so you can submit topics like these. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday is religious topics. Wednesday is relationship topics. Friday is no holds barred, races, political, whatever it is, current events. We're going to talk about it at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all have any questions on when I'm going live, go to the page, hit like, follow, and make sure the notifications is on, and you will get that. He said every day Sabbath because now all of our efforts rest in Him. Okay, so I hear that. JJ. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who's here. Understand you don't have to think like me, but you do have to think. You're never too big to learn. You're never too small to teach. You know, I love y'all. There's nothing y'all can do about it. We're going to keep doing this thing. I will be back with a hot topic. I think Wednesday we're talking about a relationship topic, talking about fathers finding out that they are not the father of the children that they are taking care of. What should they do in those scenarios? That is the topic for Wednesday. You don't want to miss it. If you have somebody that may want to talk about that, please send them an invite and let them know we're going in. And like I said, there's no topics off limits. We're talking about everything. I'm your boy Chico, and I will see y'all guys Wednesday. Freddy Chico out.